Hello, it's Sarah. Happy Friday. I'm so excited to finally bring you this video. I had first seen the person who talked about this a while ago, and you know how when you first hear something, you kind of like, you hear it, but you don't really understand it as much? Well, I went back and listened to her again because I'm like, I know I need to, and now I'm thinking I need to share this with everyone who wants to hear it because it is really good stuff, okay? So I titled this, How to Free Up $4,000 to $8,000 per year. Now, disclaimer, I am not an accountant, but the person that I listened to has been an accountant for 19 years. She did a TED Talk. She's super successful, and it's her life mission to help people. So I am happy to give you her information, but I thought I could just bring it to my audience. So she is a tax professional accountant, and she calls herself a tax strategist. Her name is Courtney Epps. So what's interesting, first, a couple statistics for you, okay? The average American spends more in taxes in their lifetime than food, clothing, housing, transportation, and what does that say? Oh, and transportation combined. Spends more in taxes than all of those things combined. That is a shocking statistic that I didn't know. Are you ready for the next one? 46% of Americans don't have an extra $400 to their name. And 69% of Americans don't have an extra $1,000 to their name. So those are huge numbers. So what she's doing here is telling you how to change your circumstances, okay? So I'm in a home-based business and I help people make money. That's something I do. But she made this statement. She said, you would have to be brain dead not to have a home-based business. And I'm going to go into why she said that, okay? So, a home business, you get to redirect your expenses. So I'm not talking about how you join a home-based business and you have to spend a whole bunch of extra money and stuff like that. I'm not talking about spending more at all right now. I'm just talking about getting massive tax deductions just by being in it. Okay, you have to do work. I'm not talking about just join it, because in my company, and I'm not going to really go into my company, you can PM me if you want to hear details about my company, but with my company, you can just be a customer at the distributor level. Like, it's the biggest discount. I have a couple people that do that, right? They just want the biggest discount, so they just buy their pack of products, and you know, there's no other fees or stuff like that. So not that, okay? You have to actually attempt to earn an income. But what the IRS says for attempting to earn an income is to do business building activities or income producing activities, whatever you want to say, for just 45 minutes, 3 to 5 days a week. So the reason that this is so cool is because then if you're doing that, even if you're not making any money from the home-based business, you're making $0 from the home-based business, you can redirect your expenses and end up saving $4,000 to $8,000. And she really breaks it down with specific numbers in her talk, which again, I can send to you. I'm happy to. I don't want to repeat the numbers because she had a nice little presentation, and if I just spew out the numbers, it wouldn't be the same, you know? So, let's see. I took notes because this is a lot. Okay, so the average family is going into debt $4,000 a year to work 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year to take 2 weeks paid vacation. They're going into debt because of what the average family makes, and then the tax deductions, or the tax that you have to pay, and then your cost of living. The average family is going into debt $4,000 to work. That's crazy, okay? So it's her life mission to try to change that and help people. So she's super inspiring. So going back to the home-based business, even if you're not making money, because I feel like that's one of the critiques that some people say to me is like, no one makes money with that. First of all, in my company, anyone who's joined and has actually attempted to make an income, like she says, has made money. Because we don't have any, like, you don't have to keep inventory, you don't have to pay a monthly fee, you don't have to pay a website fee, not like that. So anyone who has joined me in this and actually, you know, not as just a customer to actually try to make money has. You know, you're not just going to join and have money fall from the sky. Like, I don't know of anything like that. But anyone who's joined me has made money, but you could join and not make money and still have all these tax benefits. You could get $4,000 to $8,000 freed up per year, okay? So these are on things you're already paying for, most of them. I'll go through some of them right now. So here's some business expenses. Business use of home. So you can write off a percentage of repairs, utilities, maintenance, mortgage, property taxes of your home. So you're already paying for that stuff for your home, but now you can redirect it, okay? Also, this is one that I haven't done yet, and I'm going to because she pumped me up real good on this. So charitable contribution. So you can give, I'm reading because, like I said, I'm not an accountant, so I wrote it down specifically so I wouldn't get it wrong. You can give from a gross income level instead of a net income level, and by doing so, it becomes a cost of goods sold item. Then you can write off 100% of your charitable contributions as a business expense. That is huge. So if you have a favorite nonprofit, feel free to send me a message because I'm going to start doing this basically immediately. Maybe for every dollar that comes in, you know, do something towards that. So the person I watched, she paid for meals, okay? Speaking of meals, you can write off 50% of your meals. You can write off miles, a percentage of miles, a percentage of your cell phone, internet, travel, okay? So if I am already friends with someone and I want to go to lunch with her, okay? Who's watching? Katie? Maybe Katie's still on it. I'll be like, hey, Katie, you want to go to lunch? I might already go to lunch with her anyway, right? But by calling her up, asking her if she wants to, or texting, do most people text nowadays, and then driving there, and then having lunch and telling her about what I'm doing with this business, and telling her, hey, this is the best shampoo, this is the best company, all the things, and just telling her about it, even if she is not interested at all, and says, you know, I think you're gonna go to hell or go to jail. Just by going and meeting her, I get to write off a percentage of my cell phone. I get to write off a percentage of my mileage. I get to write off 50% of my meal just by going and I would have gone to lunch with her anyway, right? So this is really, really next level stuff. And I knew some of this about taxes, but she's really getting me here. Travel. For example, if you want to go to your company's, your network marketing company's, conference. Most of them have a conference. I don't know if some were canceled this year because of, you know, things going on. Mine was last year, but this year ours is supposed to be on in September, and I'm super excited. So my plane ticket write-off, my food, my Uber, my hotel room, my ticket, because it costs money, not a lot to go, but it does cost money to go. All of that is a write-off, okay? If I were to bring my family and they were my employees, so that's the next step, hire your kids. You can hire your kids. Now, I'm talking about things that are not just saying you're hiring them, actually hire them to do a task, and it doesn't have to be hard. It could be something with social media. It could be shredding paper. It could be something, and you can hire your kids, and that's a way of shifting income, right? And it's all legal, ethical, and moral. Next is office supplies. If you're gonna buy office supplies anyway, but that's a business write-off if you're going to be using them for your business. Continuing education, this is huge, personal development type things, or anything, again, that your network marketing company might be putting in, or just other continuing educations, you know, that can be related right off. And then products. If you're in a network marketing product company, you're going to be you have to use their products in order to share them, right? You have to use the products. So your products are a write-off. Your products are not a write-off if you're just a customer, right? So she showed a difference of 6,000 actually on the TED Talk she did when people hadn't even made any money yet. So she showed the difference between just W-2 employee, single and family, and then versus a W-2 employee with a home-based business. And it was a difference of $6,000 when they hadn't even made a cent yet. This is huge. This is huge because go back to the beginning where I said 69% of Americans didn't even have an extra $1,000 at all to their name, okay? So I hope this was helpful. It was very fast and very quick. She has a TED Talk that's super inspiring and goes into it more and breaks it down, and you can pause it, okay? Because I know I talk fast sometimes. And again, I said this isn't necessarily my expertise, but it's just so mind-blowing. I had to share. So reach out to me if you want that. I'll send you her TED Talk. She also has a book, and she also has a group that she shares a lot of free information right on Facebook. So I'd be happy to share that information for you. Just send me a message. I really feel like there's never been a better time to start a home-based business. And she said you'd have to be brain dead not to have a home-based business. So I hope that was helpful. I really feel like it's what a time to be alive, you know. So many of my friends last year who had home-based businesses were thriving when everything happened with shutdowns and stuff like that, because you can still use the internet. So have a great rest of your Friday. Bye.